Greetings, viewers. Von Fry, YouTube's least favorite movie critic, here with another Netflix commentary track. This is on Drive, the 2011 film from Nicholas Winding Refn, probably saying that wrong, starring Ryan Gosling and some other people. So let's go ahead and queue up Drive on Netflix. Get that down to 0000. If you want to listen to this while watching, hit play now. Okay, right away we have, let's see, what is this intro? I think this movie had changed hands, and it ended up, oh yeah, the film district I think had folded shortly after the release of this. I think this was a little upstart, mid-major, only lasted a couple of years if I remember right. This movie came out in 2011. I saw it in theaters really before a lot of the hype, and I enjoyed it a great deal. It was my second favorite film of 2011. I would say The Edge possibly goes to Moneyball. And I thought this was really cool, awesome soundtrack. Listen to the music all the time. Here we with the Mistral font. It's actually a font from the 50s that was popular in the 80s. There's a Nicholas Winding Refn film. This movie's very much 80s inspired, and I think helped bring forth the 80s new wave neo-noir look that for many years has kind of been in vogue. And you could say, you could point at this and be like, inspires Stranger Things in some way. And it seemed like peak nostalgia really hit about 2015, where everybody was focused on making the present into the 2015 pictured in Back to the Future Part 2. Look at this. Simple guy. There's a basketball game going. That is not how that actually looks on a CRT TV. But anyways, we got Ryan Gosling on the... Is it Gosling? Goslin? I think it's Gosling. He's on the phone giving a talk about doing a wheelman job. See out here, it's Los Angeles. He's got an older car, driving gloves. What? Not a Mylar, but what do you call that kind of jacket? Is it a members only or close to? Look how stoic he is. Bryan Cranston. Oh, could this movie be tuned any quieter? I'm really cranking this up, and I don't think you guys are going to pick up anything. Get me in copyright strike. Keeps calling him kid. Now, the funny part is he talks about doing the job and like what car you can use to blend in. The most popular car in the state of California, a white Chevy Impala. Highly doubt it. That would be a cop car. Tick of the Clock is playing. Oh man, I forgot who that's. Chromatics, is it? Kadinsky. There's Electric Youth and College. A lot of songs that I listened to that really became like the theme for the summer for me. And many summers thereafter. Songs that are new that sound like they're from the 80s. And this movie has that kind of look. I just did a review on Thief that I think this movie is heavily inspired by. I pointed that out in my initial review of this on a previous channel. I think I reviewed this on the Von on Movies. Actually, it might have been on the Legendary Badass channel by that point. Might have moved stuff over. Sets the watch. I have a reading of this movie in which I think you can make the case that Ryan Gosling is an autistic hero. He's set in his ways. He has a particular way of doing things. He gives people these rules. He expects them to be followed. He adheres to a schedule. He's not talkative. You see how just shut in he is throughout the whole movie emotionally? It's never brought up. He never goes around saying, "Hey, I'm autistic. I'm on the spectrum." He doesn't say things like that. I want you to also take a look at how confined this car chase is. Look at how we are inside the car. The audience is along for the ride. We don't have a series of helicopter shots, whip pan edits, nothing to heighten the sense of suspense here. Oh, how much longer will he wait? And there we go. We don't see the exterior of the car pulling away. Oh, I'm sorry. Silver Impala. We hear the police talk. We don't see the chase through their eyes. I mean, one could make the case that you're blending. It's not a flashy car, but come on. Honda Accord all day. Maybe even burgundy. That would really blend in, wouldn't it? This movie was available on Netflix not long after it came out, and then it was gone. Just gone. Only recently have I seen it come back, and I thought, now that I'm doing these Netflix commentary tracks and people seem to be liking them on YouTube, why not indulge? Not a single shot from an exterior here. This is really well put together. Great call. Oh, the eye in the sky will spot ye. And now it is time to speed up. I don't believe that this car is available in a manual. You hear how quiet everything was? The movie itself was quiet because everybody was trying to be quiet. Everybody was trying to be sneaky. I think that this particular Impala here, it's got like a V8, 300 horsepower. It was a lean time at GM. Actually, probably about the time this movie came out, they did away with the V8 even on them. Grandfather of mine got one that was just like this, except his was after they got rid of the V8. So yeah, he was immediately dissatisfied like a day later, and they wouldn't take it back. We never had a helicopter shot. Nothing. There was no chase sequence there. Sometimes to inspire suspense and to offer something new, you have to go against the grain. I had recently watched Six Underground, which I thoroughly my review called Underground 6. In fact, as I was hashtagging about it, I was like, Underground 6, how come nobody's talking about this movie? Their chase, so wildly different than this. Which do you prefer? I'm perfectly okay with this. Now you're kind of wondering, why is he listening to the radio? We're eyeing the cops right here. What's going on? Am I made? That's what they say. Also a part of the driver's character. I don't think he has a name, does he? Get that toothpick in the mouth. No real practical purpose there. I think that in part his getup with the scorpion on the back comes from a movie from the 50s, I believe, about a homosexual motorcycle gang, where it starts out with a shot going down the back of this guy, and he has a jacket very much like the driver's here. Oh, and I am trying to remember the name of that movie. It was a film that was actually banned in the United States. And it had a lot of like, maybe it was early 60s and had 50s music in it. I think it had the song "He's a Rebel and he's never gonna be any good." Yeah, so he's got a plan here. You get into the parking garage at the time the game ends. You walk out. Night Call playing, indeed. I don't care for the lyrics in this song, I'll have to give you that. Oh yeah, you remember how everybody was using this font? Ah, shit, I might have to turn the volume down or I might get me a strike. Carey Mulligan, British actress they tried to make into something, but as is becoming the case, you are either in Marvel movies or you are not in movies. Oscar Isaac, a total nobody at the point of this. Now he is hitching his ride to the Star Wars franchise the best he can, right? Albert Brooks, particularly menacing here. Had not really considered him a heavy before, but very suitable. There's just some simple fades here, and I think the way this movie's cut, it's like it was made in the 80s, too. In 80s films, you didn't have incredibly frantic cuts. Okay, see that scorpion jacket? What was that movie? That's Carey Mulligan right there, isn't it? I tried watching this on Crackle. It was moved over to Sony Crackle, as they were calling it. And it is just littered with commercial breaks. Totally unacceptable. I'm glad that Netflix did a little something to get this back. They got to do something. There's a war going on to sign away license. It's going to get to the point where you have Netflix only because you particularly like the Netflix originals, as they will not have anything to offer. Aside from those originals, of course. Oh man, why can I not remember the name of that movie? Am I going to have to look that up? The one with the scorpion jacket? And here's awkward conversation. I don't think it's because he's shy he likes this gal. I think this is main character has autism. Not big on the eye contact. What does she offer that is so appealing to him? Hey, this gal has a husband, or at least a baby daddy, a baby, and no personality. You want to stick your neck out for that? Methinks not. Now you're wondering what's going on here. Is he a cop? Huh? What's the deal? You see the cop uniform. You know he just did some illegal shit. Is that fake tattoo on the back on the neck of Cranston there? Also something on the arm. And now you realize, okay, he's a stunt double. He's a stunt driver. I think shortly after this came out, you could get a scorpion jacket like that, pretty authentic. I want you to keep in mind here what attire are stunt drivers putting on. Why would he be putting on a mask to look bald? Huh? Who do you think he's doubling for here? I would say white, bald guy. We're looking at Jason Statham. If I'm not mistaken, all the car crashes, all that stuff is done in camera, as practically as possible. It's not a CGI enhanced thing. And there were some elements here that the Mythbusters took a look at. I'll get to that as we approach. Now I'm looking up that Scorpion Jacket movie. How do I look that up best? He's a rebel band. I'm gonna feel really stupid if I figure this out. It's probably called something like Rise of the Scorpion or something like that. Scorpio Rising, was that it? Just kind of springing to mind. Come on. Research quicker. Look at this guy. Look at the gait at which he's walking. Yeah, that's got it. It's Kenneth Anger, Scorpio Rising. I'm not necessarily going to say watch the movie. I think you can probably find it on YouTube. It's a short film. The opening shot, I'm pretty sure that's in which his Scorpion jacket's derived. We don't have full scenes there. Oh, hey, how you doing? Okay, that is just little snippets. Sew together a sequence, put them in their apartment. Oh yeah, just delightful conversation that we're having here, aren't we? That's Benicio's father. No, not that's my husband, so and so. I haven't seen this since I saw it in theaters. Actually, did I watch it on Netflix after it came out? I may had. What do? I drive. Yeah, you drive all right. You stunt drive and you heist drive. Yeah, it's only part time because you have to do other stuff. I would assume, though, if you were a stunt driver, major Hollywood productions, that's your full time gig. You need to be like that, and that's the thing that people don't realize about how Hollywood works from the talent, the people on camera. They call the talent, right? You're always at auditions. You have to be available to go to auditions and not get paid. There is no pay for trying out, and you're constantly in trying out. You either land something or you're trying out. You have to have a safety net. You have to have a support system. Rich Daddy says, oh, hey, you get to spend 5 years trying out for movies. People who work day jobs, night shifts, all these other things, they don't have time to be there for all these auditions. If you can't be there for the audition, the one you missed, that might be the one you got. It's a cruel cycle. Nino's Pizzeria. Yeah, your big time Jewish mafia guys operating a little tiny outfit here, this little pizzeria. Uh-huh. That's right, I poured me some Rockstar energy drink and I'll be drinking. This is a little weird. Okay, so you're trying to put together a race car. I mean, the race car business has gotten so big that it's one of these type of things it's impossible for a small outfit to get into. You want to start a team with Nino's Pizzeria investing? I got the driver. How much better can Ryan Gosling be at driving than the guys who've been doing this particular type of driving for X number of years? It's not a great bet. Oh, Ron Perlman coming in, thug. Ron Perlman doesn't age because he always looked like a Neanderthal. Now, so this guy had a previous debt with these hooligans, got roughed up, paid it back, and is double dipping. They just call him Kid, man. There is no name on him. That makes him a mythical type figure. Oh, I kind of like this conversation here. My hand's a little dirty. So are mine. Yeah. Hey, I was trying to start a race team. It's not really on the up and up. Couldn't get the 400,000, but he's getting 300,000. What did he see there that made him think, okay, this is a good investment? The guy went around a track by himself. Uh-oh, it's that girl. I'm wondering if this kid has gotten into anything. Oh, well, he's got that kind of ethnic look. We can put him in something, right? Kid kind of looks up to him. Just doesn't have a lot of good role models, so he goes for the driver. They mentioned Bryan Cranston has a leg issue here. Let's keep an eye on his gait, see if he's hobbling. Bernicio and Irene. All right. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. And she's kind of a young mom too. I think. Let's see, 2011 ish. Yeah, she's mid 20s or younger. I think. Let's see. I think that we're about to kick in the oh shit, what's that song? Man, it's one of the most played songs on my damn iPod. I think we're about to kick into that sequence here. A Real Hero, that's it. College and Electric Youth. I'm gonna have to turn the volume down again. And they are jamming out in the Los Angeles River. I think that's what they call this. They've had when you have a car movie, you end up invariably coming to this location. Various chases here: Live and Die in L.A., Terminator 2, Grease. Kind of makes you wonder if accessing this area is totally off limits or not. How difficult it is to get in, or if you can be reprimanded. Look at how bright and sunny everything got all of a sudden during this sequence here. Now, this song is actually about the miracle on the Hudson. Listen to the lyrics. I heard some people aboard, all safe. Yeah. Tightbind knew what to do. He proved to be a real hero. It's about Sully. I think this song should have been nominated for Best Original Song, Oscar. It would. You could make a case it was made for this movie. No one knew it before the movie. I think there have been other cases of that happening. Popularity really shot up. And some people call it like the unofficial anthem of the film. There was a parody video called Drive Through where somebody had to go to Arby's and it's like I only pick up the food and they played this song in the little parody. Having more of that charming conversation. Oh, did you wash my jacket for me? Cool. Man, is Carey Mulligan in anything anymore? She never quite broke through to the star status. You have to hitch on to a successful franchise, and then people get to call you a star. Yeah, I don't think Ryan Gosling gets particularly emotive in anything. I've seen him raise his voice slightly. I mean, I haven't seen a ton of his work, a few films here and there, but he's by and large kind of this stone-faced stoic guy. Is he our first autistic movie star? It appears as though he has an aftermarket radio installed on his car there, so they were listening to something. See, if you take the gals to the LA River, you get to hold hands afterwards. Look, the tread and the tire, it's still like new. Yeah, we're in business. One does not judge the tread of the tires on a race car. The racing slicks, it's a sticky, gummy tire without the grooves and the channels that are there for driving in the rain, particularly. All the cars we have on the road, street legal, all have those channels just for water for rain conditions. Otherwise, you would slide right off the road. In the case here, it's are we bringing up that dialogue mistakenly, or are we saying that to infer that these guys don't know about racing? Remember, guys, this intimidating heavy over here, that is Finding Nemo's dad. Now, people would make the mistake of saying that this movie's about driving. If you look at the plot summary, you see, okay, the guy's a stunt driver. He's also a heist driver. There are action scenes of driving. This isn't Days of Thunder. You know any Jewish guys named Nino? I don't. I actually lived at a Jewish dorm in college. Boy, was it a trip. I had uh, first first time I got there, I had a Turkish roommate, and he was Islamic. So yeah, they just put the infidels together. All right, we brought the babysitter over. Look at this guy. He's so robotic. I hope you guys are kind of looking for the autism here. Let's see, where does she work? I don't recall. Your husband? Oh, now she says husband. Not just his dad, but my husband. Oh, okay. Well, I guess we're done here. Was your husband in prison? Why else would your husband's lawyer be calling that and saying he's coming home? These are things that could have been brought to my attention yesterday. And the song here, Under My Spell, is implying that all he's doing is thinking of her. And there's Oscar Isaac. I'm thinking Driver was not necessarily invited to this celebration of freedom. And there's so little engaging dialogue. A lot of this movie is driven by the soundtrack, ain't it? And we're under the assumption here she's looking at the husband but thinking of the driver. Hey kid, right? I think Ryan Gosling is 30 at the time of the making this, so to me, I call anybody younger than me kid. It makes me feel like Han Solo, and they get to feel like Luke Skywalker. One of the many polite things I do. I'm trying to remember here what he was working on over there. You see how lacking in decor and entertainment everything he has in his apartment just has a specific purpose to it. Well, he's not winning her over with his bright personality. Is his name Standard? That's what it's showing in the captions. Oscar Isaac character named Standard. Hey, thanks for helping out around here while I was gone. Yeah, just want to let you know that I'm back now, and now, yeah, stay away from my gal. Oh, yeah, what was he working on? I guess we're going to find out. Who's holding it, got in the car. Oh, look, there's a waitress there. She's more attractive than Carey Mulligan. Why don't you hit on her, buddy? Uh-oh. A guy I drove before wants to... No, nope, you don't come to me. Nope, it's a one-time deal. Oh, he's going to get violent. It's a bipolar thing with this guy. The switch is either off or it is on. No in between. When someone's of few words, those threats seem to have more value, don't they? We got guys in what Adidas track suits here. Yeah, they got to be up to no good. Hell, one's even carrying a baseball bat. Yeah, I'm sure he's going to the batting cages. That's got to be it. What are we getting ourselves into? They just got done beating up standard Oscar Isaac. And then try to prevent this, the kid needs a father, something. Girl I like kind of would like this favor done. Okay, fine. I'm going to get myself wrangled into his situation. Stunt guy. Stunt guy kid. Have these two been in a movie again together? Not that I can recall. Just some guys who want a job done, and I'm not going to do it. What's the job? Oh, well, you get to drive around with Christina Hendricks and her awesome rack. And I'm not going to do it. And they were even going to pay me. Or wait, does he have to do the job and then get out of this? Yeah, I think that's really the situation there. The kid's obviously scared. He's worried about his dad, and that's how you get the driver to do you favors. They gave you a bullet. Yeah, this is a problem. Yeah, I'm gonna hold on to this bullet for you, kid. They told you not to lose it, huh? Okay, well, I'll come up with something creative to do with it in the meantime. Ah, she's a waitress. Okay, that's what it is. I was thinking with that kind of vest type thing going, I thought maybe she worked at a movie theater for some reason, whatever. So the standard was in an accident. Let's see if anything shifts around in this scene here. That coffee in front of him. Uh, just straightforward posture right here while she seems to be making all the emotes with the face. There is a cigarette. No, you shouldn't come over and come and see it. You're getting wrapped up in other people's problems, my dude. You should be focused on your race car driving, right? Hey, I want to tell you the story of how we made Bernicio. Not awkward at all. She was 17. My name's Standard Gabriel. What is there, a deluxe model? Everybody laughs. Okay, great. You almost think that they're having this conversation to sell him on the prospects of helping him out. Now we are getting into a Mustang GT. At the time, this was recently upgraded to the 400 horsepower club. I think maybe a year or two prior, it was like a 315 horsepower, just a huge jump. He's giving him the rules, and all the while he's performing the task while he's explaining some things here. Anything happens at 5 minutes of mirrors, no matter what. Anything a minute either side of that, you're on your own. Yeah, see, I don't really understand the 5 minutes part. So you have 5 minutes to do your thing, or I only do the getaway driving for 5 minutes. Here's the deal. This much for Blanche. Who that age is named Blanche? You're not even getting paid. They definitely overdid it with the color correction here. You can see how accentuated the blue eyes are. And that's a big problem with just a lot of films of this time, to this day for that matter. All right, see you in 4 minutes. This is going to go exactly as planned. We don't even get to see how bad they screw up. Were they just going to go and ask for money, or are they wanting a shootout? I don't know. It's a Chrysler 300. Probably black guys. And we're just kind of casually walking out. Well, what could go so bad here? Huh? Yeah, I don't see any problem. What's keeping them? Maybe some of these longer, protracted scenes don't exactly lend themselves to a commentary track for the YouTube. Oh no. He's been tagged with a bullet. Yeah, I'd say one way or another his debt is paid. Oh, it is. Yep, debt's paid. Car chase number 2 commence. Turned out the 300 is after them. Yeah, we actually do get to see the exterior shots here this time around. I believe that's the Chrysler SRT 300 425 horsepower Hemi V8. Should be able to reasonably keep pace with the Mustang GT. Oh, trading paint. And now for the signature driving backwards while looking in the rearview window or rearview mirror. As the Mythbusters tried to replicate this, it turned out that it is very feasible to drive well backwards, But to do so, you're better off wrenching your arm around the passenger seat and twisting to actually look in the direction you're going. I do like that shot there. It was really brief and kind of downplayed compared to what we'd get today, or even from Fast Furious stuff of the time. The car wrecks behind Christina Hendricks out the back of that window. So something is up here. I would assume that going forward with the rest of the plan is a bad idea. Clearly somebody was onto you. A setup, whatever. Why else would there be guys chasing them? I could kind of understand a robbery gone wrong situation, but this was like a deal gone bad. Got shot at and then had guys in pursuit. How'd they know? Man, does she look like a little kid or what? Hey, my husband just got out of prison and he really likes the place, so he wanted to do some more stuff. Have you guys ever Halloweened as the driver? You get that jacket, you get a toothpick. Oh, not the most convincing news footage. Told him acted alone that no money had been stolen. Weird. So you take the money, saw you in the car. Why didn't you say anything? I have no idea. I kind of think the movie could have explained some of the plot of these activities better. Slap. Always said there'd be another car. I don't think she's going to be taking you anywhere. You just wait and see, pal. Well, you knocked me around, so I need to go look in the mirror. Does he have a flip phone? Yeah, I think he sees shotguns poking in, doesn't he? Oh. Not really wanting to warn her so much as take cover. And brains go bye-bye. A little Scarface-like, isn't it? A little hotel room, decorating in the bathroom, right? Yeah, this movie gets it steeps into this kind of almost comically ultra violent with her getting shot, because after that it is just blood city. And it didn't seem like it was going for that kind of violence until that point. Let's see, did you get them all? Yeah, he's not particularly amped up about it, but you know, if you were a stunt driver, you'd be rather calm under many circumstances, right? I would say this would be outside your usual day job, so maybe he could be a little more heart pumped. I get my surgery done at the shop. What'd you do with the cash? Because I could keep it for you, you know? You're like a son to me. Yeah, something like that. This guy Cook, does he have a real name? Everybody wants to know. It's Chris. Jeez. A lot of guys mess around with married women. You're the only one I know who does jobs to help the husband. So now he's going to go hang out where Cook is. I guess Cook has a strip club. Think he needs this bullet returned. I didn't find it particularly realistic the way the girls behave. Some people would say, "Oh yeah, they're tuned out. Maybe they're strung out on some drugs. They're understanding that this guy will get some comeuppance." Hammer at the fingers. Yeah, there's a lot of silicone in this scene here. See, would all of them be so calm? Is it just kind of sit around? No big whoop. This happens. It's Monday. Oh, somebody called Nino. Oh, this is a problem. Small world. Everybody seems to be working on the same mafia. Our race car driver got mixed up in the other thing we were doing, and now we have a problem. And everybody has to act like a mannequin? Uh, did, no one seriously has a problem with the behavior here. No one running out, getting more security, none of that, right? I'm going to give you a time and place, and you're going to come and get it. It's that simple. You take the money, and this whole little experience is over. Nope, the only people who know is just you and me and a shitload of strippers. I'm sending a guy to go check out who this guy is. And I think that means elevator massacre. Who's that knocking on the door? I need to talk to you for a minute. We had a bit of a problem, as you may be aware. I have to tell you something. We go for a walk. Now, imagine had they not gone for a walk. Would she be wrapped up in this? Would they have gotten the kid? She has the emotion for both of us. Oh, slap. Damn, that was quick. She must be pretty good at that Steven Seagal hand slap game. You just don't see that coming. Sorry, wrong floor. Nope, it's the right floor. I don't recognize this guy. He ain't a face familiar to you guys, is he? And now we kind of have like this an operatic slow mo elevator assault. kind of looking this guy over. Why is he dressed like this here? What's he got? I see a gun. He could have a concealed carry permit. Come on. Oh, but it's California, right? So look at the way the lights dim. And it's not a it's a really stylish way to go about this. It sort of brings in a vignette. It and I would say it's theatrical. You could see the lighting director out, and if this was a play, dimming the lights for scenes. Okay, so we're gonna kind of do this. I want to get a kiss in case we get murdered here, but also it's kind of providing some cover. There were commercials that played a similar beat to this, where characters will get set aside, maybe someone breaks out into dance, and all the lights drop. And I haven't seen that in a while. Bringing in a stronger key light now. It's time to go. Long elevator ride. How tall is this building? And there is just so much stomping here. It's like RoboCop. Okay, his skull is no longer there. We got it. You just man, you Neganed him. What? You're a monster. I'm afraid of you now. I didn't know you were like this. I've been trying to get away from these kind of people. Someone's in his designated parking spot because I recognize the Saturn parked there and it looks like there's a Honda next to it. So that wasn't what he was driving, so I don't know. Oh, shit is going bad. Oh, come on, it's the most he gets to talk. We're cutting away. It's kind of a small world problem. It's okay. This guy happens to be doing the thing that it ties into our other plot. A little consequential. I mean, I'm by no means saying it's unrealistic that you'd run across a conflict of interest in jobs. Stash $1 million at pawn shop. He was going to invest in L.A. We're explaining this oddly. It, and I think in part that's fine because it's not terribly important. We just need to know that it went wrong. Everybody gets their side thing going, and no one gets the piece they wanted, and you're working. These mafia guys don't like it when people have a job on the side. This is the family back east. Only two guys who can attest to the robbery. What about the guy in the cast over here? And you gotta hope that they're closed for business right now. The cops are they trying to look into this, or have they been bribed off? Just gonna get into the movie set here, all bloodied up. No one will ask any questions. I could take this jacket off, to maybe make this a little less painful, but I'm gonna take my Jason Statham stunt mask. Following scene, I don't think fits with the movie. Where okay, not this one, but where he takes the mask and he just kind of peers in, observes, and opera plays. All these priceless cars. What was so special about him? He's right. It is kind of bad luck. 2000 high C year in this city. He has to pick the wrong one. His partner's working a side job. Cranston's partner's working a side job too, and they cross paths. Albert Brooks, you may not realize that his last name's actually Einstein, making him Albert Einstein. Bryan Cranston, some of his first entertainment roles were voiceover in anime films. He plays the role of Fei Long. Yeah, that would not fly today, but he's the voice of Fei Long in the American dub of the 1994 Street Fighter, the animated movie. Oh, jeez, that slice of the arm there, that's rough to watch, man. It looks really authentic as hell. I decided to use the straight edge today for today's murder, so I'm going to put that back in the case. There we go. And have me a scotch, because that's what I do. Not a lot of emotion here. I guess my friend slash boss is dead and probably been murdered, but all right, I'll just walk. Want to double check. I see a pool of blood on the ground. But yeah, I want to. Yep, that's definitely his tattoo. It's Bryan Cranston. Malcolm is going to be pissed. And now here we go into a weird sidetrack with the songs. We shift over to like this opera. I think, is this a 50s or 60s song? Maybe it was in a movie before. And if I remember correctly, this scene is pointless. It's kind of just another musical break in the movie. Okay, are we running hookers in the pizzeria? Because it was a quaint pizzeria, guys. And now here we go again with the lighting in a way that I don't think this is diegetic, like everybody's experiencing this lighting as so much as a stylistic choice. What are we getting out of this? I guess he hasn't done much here, right? Keep an eye on Nino. And we can chase him down. Yeah, so I guess not entirely pointless. It kind of seemed like, well, if he had the mask on, he walked up to the pizzeria, it would be to shoot the place up. It can be kind of hard to tell people. You get a stoplight separating you, and they are gone. And this movie was marketed far more action oriented. And so one could be reasonably disappointed that this wasn't wall to wall carnage, snarky, fast edit. I could kind of see the disappointment in some people's opinion there, and I think that's why this was a divisive movie. Oh man, somebody wiped this out. I'll just get back in. Oh no, it's like Christine, isn't it? A killer car. Oh, you got to have faith that you don't also go over the edge. And the height he got out of that, not realistic. Looks cool though. You couldn't possibly punt the car up in the air like that, but must be a lighthouse going by there, that streak. We're going to have it out on the sand. Oh, come on, you don't have a gun on you? Yeah, piece it together, Nino. Come on. Have you not seen him in the scorpion jacket here? Oh, you're going to swim to safety? Is that how this is going to work? You're going to point break it? And I think it's pretty safe to assume that Ron Perlman was drowned. You know the story of the scorpion and the frog. Your friend Nino didn't make it across the river. The scorpion and the frog, that comes up in The Crying Game. Albert Brooks wearing a hairpiece. Why should we meet? Oh yeah, your girlfriend and the kid. Yeah, okay, you reminded me. Yeah, I forgot about them because she slapped me. I totally disowned. Then we had a make-out sesh. Yeah. There's always, every city, every town, there is always a Chinese, locally family-owned Chinese food place called Great Wall, and it's not a chain. How many Great Walls could there be in Los Angeles? I'm thinking a ton. That is what he said, right? Great Wall? Meet at Great Wall? Oh, I like that dissolve. Getting to be around you and Benicio was the best thing that ever happened to me. This is the talk you give when too many men have put their lives on the line for this chick. Yeah, I don't really have a thing about washing up. Gotta be a wig. Now, this is a terrible offer. You give me the money, and I'm still going to kill you. Clear deal, we'll shake hands. You start the rest of your life. We know from Bryan Cranston that shaking hands doesn't work with this guy. And how can you ever take these guys on their word? Not because they're mobsters, but because they're Jewish. Ka-jing. Oh man, you don't bring the money yourself, man. You say it's in a location, you do that kind of stuff. It's in the car. Why did you have to be an open book, Ryan? Driver, kid, stunt driver. Stick. I've got my knife too. I think that at this point, the ending of this movie gets to be open for interpretation, kind of like Taxi Driver. Okay, so apparently Ryan overpowered him. He has stuck him better. But that looked like a pretty good stab he got initially. And we weren't shown he had puncture proof vest on, none of that. Whenever someone gets shot in a movie and they have bulletproof vest on, they always have to rip the overlying shirt jacket off to show the audience they had bulletproof. He's bleeding profusely here. Steps into the car. Now, we do know that some of this blood was already there, and it's not necessarily his. We know that. We also know that this guy is not the most emotive of characters. And he's sitting here. He just got stabbed to pieces. And you're looking at him, you're like, okay, he died. That's what stabbed and bled out looks like. That's what you're thinking, right? All right, look, the sun, that lighting, it looks like it grows a little bit. And we're holding on this. He's not blinking. Nope. Oh, I held on this a lot longer than I remember. A real hero kicks in. Did he pass on, or did he actually drive off? Left the money, for that matter, too. No one else is going to be looking for the money now, I guess. Did he drive off to heaven or hell? Or are you buying that he survived the wounds and was just kind of sitting there wondering, should I go to the hospital? Nah. He's not home anymore. Has he drifted on? Is he a creature of the night to protect other single moms out there? The is he the ghostwriter of Cuckold over here? Is it I don't know. You can say, did he survive? You could say he died, and this is a black highway ahead, empty road. You can make some allegory here. Because realistically, it's a bit of a lot to ask to say, oh yeah, he just sat there motionless and then drove on, left the girl behind. Do real people act that way? But again, there's also some other evidence in the film. This guy doesn't act like a normal Joe. So there you go, guys. 2011's Drive. I hope you enjoyed it, as have I. I don't know what I'm going to do next for Netflix commentary tracks, but if you have some suggestions, go ahead and leave some comments below. I was told from YouTube personally that the likes and the dislikes don't matter as far as the getting your placement in the search results. It's all about that time watch. So if you leave this stuff on, you listen to it, or leave it on mute, whatever. Get that time up. That helps the channel greatly. See you next time.